was we wanted a building that said we love kids.
Right.
And then we wanted a building that said we care about the neighborhood and the people who live here. And then the third thing was we wanted a building that said we care about the natural world that supports and upholds us all. And then we wanted a building that surprised, and a building that taught, and a building that was flexible. So that as the program and needs of Bridges changed over time, that the building would be able to respond.
With the relationship to the neighborhood, the scale of the building, a building this large has to fit in the scale, and also with a 30-foot high climbing wall, that was a challenge as well. The other thing I recall that we were striving for in the process was to make a building that said something about Bridges as a lasting organization in the city. The image came so much from how the building is organized, program-wise. The Adventure Hall being the large component, both in scale and in height, we wanted to place it closer towards the city and away from the neighborhood so it wouldn't overwhelm the scale. So we're back to the ideas of being a neighborhood-friendly building. So many components in the building, these transparent walls that show the construction, and the truss itself was a way to expose the structure. But as it started developing in the model, we said, oh, Lord, they're going to see this as a bridge. Is this good or bad? So we felt it was a good approach, and began to develop on that.
The thing that I think got both of us when we heard Coleman's presentation, he said very simply that we take ordinary materials and we do extraordinary things with them. And we looked at each other and said, that's what we do at Bridges. Bridge builders, we take kids and do extraordinary things with them. So that really struck a chord with us at the very beginning.
One of the things we learned from a guy named Bill Strickland in Pittsburgh was too often you go into a building and the building expresses the regard you have for a particular population. And so often the buildings where young people go to, when you look at them and experience them, they feel like they're part of the problem and not part of the solution. And part of what we wanted was a building that would really inspire us and inspire the community about what was possible in terms of how we might work with young people in our community.
We wanted to develop a very urban building on this block and go to the edges of it instead of a big box building with a parking lot. The environmental aspects of the building came directly from, as Jim said, this to be a kid-friendly building. So a lot of the materials that were selected, the transparent walls in some places, the panels on the exterior, and as I mentioned, the exposed structure, all came about as a way that a young person might come into the building and see the guts of it, see the ducting system, how it's heated and cooled, the plumbing system. Every move we began to make was what would be a tacit educational tool for young people coming into this building, or anyone coming into this building, that they might learn something through the process.